Hey, welcome back to my podcast, where we're trying to solve the mysteries of life, while having a little fun doing it. So, yeah, I got a few minutes here on my lunch break. I thought I'd just take a minute to check in. I just got back from a little road trip with the family. Uh, we were having pizza at a pizza parlor, and I had a, I had a realization. And that reminds me, I had a number of thoughts. This was a really good pizza, I guess. It just reminded me. I heard a couple of 20-year-olds talking about Spaceballs. That movie must be 30 years old, and here are these 20-somethings quoting lines that I hadn't heard of in forever. Ludicrous speed, go! Your Schwartz is almost as big as mine. It got me wondering how I came to discover that movie, or any movie really. It made me think about how my friends and I used to quote movies to each other, and I don't do that much anymore. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or what, but I had another deeper thought at the pizza parlor. Um, I'm worried that having kids may have broken my brain a little. Since I've had kids, I haven't had much time for television. Taking care of young children hasn't left me with much time for entertainment. Plus I'm trying to set a good example for them and all that jazz. Now I'm not saying that watching television is bad for kids, just watching too much television. I was raised on television and I turned out fine. I love it when people say they turned out fine, because sometimes when people say I'm fine, it doesn't mean they're fine. Like with my wife, when she says I'm fine, it usually means that she's not fine. Like, usually it'll come after I ask her, you know, how you feeling, or are you okay? Which, to be honest, usually I don't ask her unless, it's after something that I was supposed to do, that I said I was going to do, that I didn't do. And, I'll ask her and she'll say, I'm fine. That's how I know I'm kind of getting into some deep water there. I've had to learn that when she says I'm fine, she's not really fine. Not all the time, but it's taken me a lot of observation. It's taken me over 10 years of being in a relationship with her to figure this out. I used to ask her and she'd say I'm fine, and first I would think, great, she's fine. Phew, that was close. I thought she was upset about me missing her birthday, but she's fine. Wow, what a lucky guy I am to have such a understanding wife. But it turns out that, well, at least with my wife, when she says she's fine, she's not really fine. I guess it happens about 25% of the time, and 25% of the time she'll be like, oh, what? No, I was just reading or something. Here, let me tell you a story about the kids or my friend or something. But about 75% of the time, she'll say, I'm fine, and she won't mean that she's fine. Where was I going with this? Uh, you know, but so then she'll say that, and we'll have an argument. I haven't got much further than the argument. I haven't got any further than the I'm fine stage. I figure those are about 50-50, the arguments. I'm still working through that process. I'm kind of a slow learner, so I've really learned up to the I'm fine part. If anyone has any advice for me, go ahead and put it in the comment section. It's not like I want her to be in a bad mood or make her mad or make her sad or ruin her day. I just can't help it. And it's completely me. I get it. I'm not trying to say that I'm some saint here. I'm just, sometimes, well, it's like, I'm very particular about how I start my day. Think of it this way. After I wake up naturally from the sun, I like to lay in bed and stare at the ceiling for 60 or 70 minutes. Then I like to read in bed for 1 to 2 hours. And if I don't start my day just that way, I can sometimes get a little grouchy. And then my wife will walk in right while I'm in the middle of my routine, and she'll say something irritating like, good morning, babe, how's it going? And I'll say, I'm fine. But, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, I'm worried my brain is broken. And if that story doesn't verify it, uh, I'm worried my brain's broken because I haven't been watching TV at home much. And now, when I go out to places like restaurants or people's houses and there's a TV on, I'm like a moth to the flame. I'm like Homer to a donut. I'm like a dog to a piece of sirloin. I just get transfixed on that thing. My wife will be like, "How's your food?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." And the kids will be sticking pizza to the wall. And I'll be like, "That's nice." It doesn't really matter what's on the screen. We were at this pizza parlor and they were having internet connectivity issues. And I spent 5 minutes just watching the spinning loading thing going around. I wasn't even thinking about anything. I was just watching it spin, dazzled by the little graphic, the trichromatic little bubbles filling up and emptying again. I guess it's no wonder I don't quote movies to my friends anymore. What am I going to say? Have you guys seen the new Macintosh loading symbol? Macintosh, I mean Apple. I guess that shows how far behind the times I am. And when the service came back, I was more enthralled by the commercials than the actual program. My wife was trying to talk to me, and I was like, yeah. Hey, babe, look at this. Now they have a topical cream for diabetes or something like that. So I don't know what that's all about, but I can no longer filter between TV and non-TV. So there's that. Well, anyways, subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.